Hey, what's going on? Coaching Success Radio. I am here at Funnel Hacking Live. I'm super excited about this. This is the first day. I haven't even been to the first event yet, and I'm really excited about what's going to happen. So I want to share, now that I'm back with this podcast going, I want to share some of the things that happened and share some of the insights I got from the event. So stay tuned. As I build my coaching business, I want to know how to effectively serve clients and make more money doing it. This podcast will pull back the curtain to reveal exactly how successful coaches are building their empires. Join me as I engage with top coaches from all over the world to discover their secrets. No theatrics and no theory, just real life strategy. My name is William Winterton, and this is Coaching Success Radio. Hey, what's going on? I am just wrapping up the fourth day of the Funnel Hacking Live event, and I have to confess something to you. I drank from a fire hose for the past 4 days. I have so much stuff I want to share with you. Let me show you the top 3 things I got out of Funnel Hacking Live. The first thing is consistency. Consistency in your message. Consistency in making offers, consistency in reaching out to clients, just consistency in getting up every single day and working and pushing through. If you're not consistent, if you don't have a plan and a desire to stay consistent and to focus every single day on building and growing your coaching business, it's not going to build and grow by itself without your help. So you've got to be willing to put in the effort and the time. While I was here, they had it's called the 2 Comma Club. 250 plus people ended up making $1 million or more this year. Plus, maybe it was 280 or something like that. They got through that. Then there was something called the 2 Comma Club X, which means you've made $10 million in your business. And there were like 30, 40 people who did that. And then there's this next level that they got up to this year, people who have made 25, 50, 75, even $100 million in their business this year using ClickFunnels. So watching all those people go up and watching how many people are just making a killing in their business was just super inspiring. I was blown away by everybody who did this, how consistent their story was. It was like, man, I get up every day, I work, I push through, I create content, I drive traffic, all this stuff consistently over and over and over, day in, day out. So in your own coaching world, I want you to focus on consistency. I don't want you to feel like you need to post and publish something once and then wait and then maybe a week and a half later post and publish something else. People have to know that you exist. And the only way to do that is to consistently publish, consistently make offers, and consistently give value, right? Just doing it once in a while is not gonna cut it. But number 2, the takeaway I got was networking. We got these lanyards that have our names on and stuff like that, and then we had little ribbons that we could put on to kind of identify ourselves. I don't know if you can see that, but it says author/coach. For myself. It also says rookie because it was my first time going to Funnel Hacking Live. It wasn't a matter of me even communicating and networking with a bunch of coaches. It was just getting out and talking to other entrepreneurs. The networking part of it is super important, not just to align yourself with other people so that you can possibly collaborate and create products and content together, which is super cool, super powerful, great fast way to grow your business. But it's also important to let yourself know you're not the only person out here who's trying to get this stuff done. You're not the only entrepreneur in the world. You're not the only coach out there trying to find clients. It's important to know that you're not in this by yourself. So right now I want to just give it an opportunity that if you are struggling and you cannot get clients and you are struggling to get more traffic and trying to get your consistency up with your social media posts and you're struggling to really find a place and a rhythm and all stuff like that, reach out. I would love to talk with you. I'd like to see where you are in your business and then help you to grow that. Start getting some clients coming to you using the organic traffic methods that I talk about instead of having to pay a bunch of money for ads or waste a lot of time doing stuff that's not going to help you anyway. Want to throw that out there and just so you know, like you're not in this alone. The networking part of it is super, super important. So for you also, any Facebook groups that you're in that have a bunch of coaches, ask questions, start making connections, start talking to people. So first thing is being consistent. Second thing is networking. And the third thing, this is the most powerful thing I got out of this entire event, is the power of your own story. The story is so important. The message that we tell ourselves day in and day out, that is by far gonna keep you stuck or it's gonna allow you to grow more than anything else that you do. I wanna share with you something that happened to me in my own limitations that I didn't know I was even putting on myself. One of the gentlemen I was talking to, his actual biggest offer that he offers to anybody is a $1 million offer for coaching. So let that sink into your brain for just a second. If you want to work with him, he actually has a $1 million high ticket coaching plan. Does that sound impossible to you? Does that sound like too much money? Sound unrealistic? All right, let me back it up a little bit. He has 3 plans, basically 3 tiers of coaching that he does. His first level of coaching is $54,000. Now, that's tier 1. A lot of people, that's their high ticket, right? If you want to work with me, and this is the high ticket, like everything in the planet, right? $54,000 would be like the biggest thing you could possibly think of. For most of you listening and watching this, you're thinking $54,000 to work with you, like you just need 1 client, you'd be set for life, right? His level where he's at is so powerful that just in a conversation with him, he was talking and saying, look, if somebody really wants to work with me one-on-one, like if they're dying just to work with me one-on-one, he kind of paused, he said, I don't know, I'd probably charge $25,000 an hour. Unless too many people started taking me up on that, and then I would have to raise that price. You talk about a mind shift. I am not at that level. I am not even close to $25,000 an hour. And the story he told me was that when you first started working, when you first got a job, not in coaching, but like your first job. So think about how much your minimum wage, how much were you paid at that time? For me, it was $3.75 an hour. It was inside the mall, and we sold t-shirts. Where were you? What was your first job that you got? The first minimum wage kind of job. Would you work for that dollar amount right now? I can promise you I will not work for $3.75 an hour. But at the time, when I was this little, 16-year-old kid working and folding t-shirts, I got $3.75 an hour. That's what you get paid. Okay, cool. But what happened since then, right? I'm no longer that kid. I've grown, I've learned, I've developed, I've got skill sets that I didn't have before. Most importantly, I get to set my own price. What's my value? How much do I value myself? Right? And I value myself a whole heck of a lot more than $3.75 an hour. Right? So I've set myself here, $3.75. I've raised my value up through my life. Now, have I gotten greedier? No. It's not a matter of greed, right? I make a whole lot more than that, but it's not because I'm greedy. It's because I understand what I'm worth, right? And I can tell you that so many people get stuck in this, especially in coaching. We get stuck in this mindset of I just want to help people and I want to serve. And I can assure you, if whatever you're charging right now, if you're charging $100 an hour or $200 an hour, or if you have a $2,000 program or a $5,000 or $10,000 program right now to work with you for 3 months or 6 months or whatever it is, I promise you this. I promise right now, if you went out there right now and decided to go and say, I'll charge $25,000 an hour, right? You're not going to convince yourself of that. You're not worth it. You're not there yet. You're not worth that yet. Another very powerful thing that was told to me this weekend was that somebody said, look, the person you want to be would not even hire the person you are now. You have that much room to grow. What do we take away from that? How do we possibly get there? The way you get there is to start incrementally deciding, like, look, how much am I actually worth? What is my time actually worth? What do I want to think of myself as? How do I want to be at the beginning of next year? At this time in 12 months from now, where do I want to be? But if you don't have a plan to get there and you're like, I want to make $1 million a year, but all you're thinking of is the dollar amount, the number, it's not going to happen because you don't have what it takes. You're not there yet. The way to get there is to actually be consistent, to start networking, engaging with other coaches, and to understand your story and to start rewriting and reprogramming your story, which is gonna cause you to change some of the things that you do currently in your life. It's gonna cause you to get out of routines and ruts that you currently are comfortable with. You have to be okay with the fact that people are gonna look at you and think, what's wrong with you? And they're gonna say things about you, and they're gonna push you, and they're gonna try and keep you back where you are. It is so hard sometimes to get out of our own mind in our own way. But your story, the story you tell yourself, your value, your worth, is entirely 100% up to you. So if you decide that you are tired of being where you are and you really want to get help and you want to get pushed forward to start making the kind of money that you know you can make and changing the people's lives and changing the number of people's lives that you know you can help, reach out to me. I just want you to extend a hand and say, look, I would love some help with this. This is what I do all day. I work with coaches and help you get out of your trap and help give you the tools and resources you need to start developing yourself. If you're making $5,000, $10,000 a month, how much would that change your life? So why are you allowing yourself to be stuck? It comes down to you. All right, I can give you all the content. I can just keep feeding you stuff, right? And you can keep listening to my podcast, and you can listen to all these other podcasts and go on and listen to webinars and read blogs, and it's like, no, I'm gonna learn all this stuff. And you can learn to your heart's content. But if you don't actually take the stuff and be willing to step forward and implement it, you're just gonna stay stuck in this learning mode where it's safe. I highly encourage you right now to start taking a look at your story. Where are you at right now? And start figuring out, where do I want to be 12 months from now? What is the measurable, what is the one thing that you really want to measure and change going into this next year? That by the end of 12 months, you're like, yeah, I got there, and I went past that because I knew what I was trying to get to, and I just made a super clear decision to go forward and make progress towards achieving that one thing. Wow, that was awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking us out. New episodes are coming out every few days, including lots of conversations with massively successful coaches sharing their secrets with you. So be sure to subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel so that you don't miss out. And if you're looking for a way to start making serious money from your coaching, you need to check out my free training. It's at williamwinterton.com. I lay out the step-by-step on how to start making 5 figures a month in the next 60 days. Check it out, williamwinterton.com. I'll see you next time.